I would now like to introduce my good friend, Megan Nguyen.
Hi, my name is Megan Nguyen, and I am a younger sibling. To many people, I'm most commonly known as Katie's younger sister. And if you know anything about Katie, she's often described as perfect. So, so if you can imagine, it's difficult being the sister of such perfection. I went to the college school with her for 5 years, and within those 5 years, I witnessed her accomplishments and successes. As a little kid, I wanted to be exactly like her. I felt like I was expected to follow in her footsteps. I wanted my years at the college school to be the same as hers. I wanted her same accomplishments and her same experiences. For a while, it seemed like the only thing I would think about was how to be like or better than her. It became this sort of internal comparison that I had created between my sister and myself. This dynamic was so important to me, it played out one day in 6th grade. Chelsea, who is my advisor, asked our whole advisory to write down our goals for the year and for the rest of middle school. I wrote down this: I want to do just as well or better than my sister did when she was in middle school. Chelsea was quick to tell me that I shouldn't want to be like Katie because I shouldn't try to relive her middle school experiences, but instead live my own. Surely I listened to Chelsea, but I wasn't exactly sure how to apply this to my life. So I continued living my life with this inner conflict, and things became more complicated as I grew up. I trapped myself in this sort of two-sided coin. On one side, I desperately wanted to be like my sister, and on the other side, I hated being compared to her. Throughout middle school, the comparison between my sister and me became more prevalent than it already was. When people suggested that if I worked hard enough, I could accomplish just as much as my sister did, or others said that some of my success was in fact because of her, it stung. It was one thing to think all of these things in my mind, but it was another thing to actually hear them being said to me. These comments hurt me so much, they clouded my mind. I became so worried that people were comparing me to my sister that I couldn't even do anything without thinking about how I could be better than her. This was complicated by the fact that while I hated being compared to her, I still wanted to be like her. I took classes that my sister picked for me, such as Culture Clash, Culture and Identity Within, Civil Rights Theme, and Gender Studies. And I became a junior leader just like her. I formed an interest for working for social justice and an aspiration for becoming a strong leader in the outdoors, again, just like her. But I continued to struggle with the same feeling I'd had back in 6th grade, and this fear of people comparing me to my sister took over my life. It got to the point where I realized that I must let go, that the comparison I was feeling on the outside was amplified by my own internal struggle. I'm still learning to let go of the comparison, but in all honesty, it is hard trying to let go of something that has had such a big part in my life. But from beginning to let go, I have realized that I had spent so much time thinking about how I could make myself better than my sister that I couldn't even take the time to realize what I could already do. And after all of those years of working to be just like my sister and hearing that all of my accomplishments were because of her, I've come to acknowledge that I've actually done many things on my own, such as earning those junior leader trips for the work that I put in, or organizing the equity lunch with Lizzie for the Martin Luther King Day. And as I stand here before you all, I am who I am today in part because of my sister, and I thank her for that. My sister and I do have a lot in common. We share similar interests and characteristics and goals and ideals, but we don't share the same experience. And what I've discovered is that our experiences are what set us apart. Though our accomplishments are alike, I have earned them on my own merit and have come to appreciate that her prior experiences and my own goals both can and don't have to be the same. Now, I never really gave thought to what Chelsea was trying to convey to me back in 6th grade until we began crafting our speeches a month ago. And the truth is, she was right. She was right when she said that I shouldn't try to relive Katie's middle school experience. And even though I still tried to, I still had my own experiences that are different from hers. I appreciate the things we share, but I also appreciate our differences. The college school has helped me see that I don't have to be exactly like my sister, but instead, I can just be me. Thank you.